Íomh Carja agus a fáilte róhrás igen iad agranella the Newtown News nuacht an Wallure agus the Chanter. Lumsa Barrow Murray. So you're all very welcome back to the latest edition of Newtown and Area News with me, Barrow Murray. So suppose no more fitting place to start this week than just to pay tribute to club president, St Michael's club president, Denny Hollywood, who unfortunately passed away after a short illness on Saturday night. So the news was it was sad news to receive, and you know, all our thoughts and prayers go out to the family. I'll just read out the statement from St Michael's Football Club. It is with great sadness that the committee of St Michael's GFC Newtown Hamilton pass on the condolences of the entire club and wider community on the passing of our club president, Denny Hollywood. A simple statement at this time will in no way convey the work, commitment and service that Denny gave to St Michael's GFC throughout his lifetime. Although Denny first became involved in the GA as a player on a parish team, it became apparent very quickly that Denny's heart lay in working towards the resurgence of a St Michael's team in Newtown Hamilton. As one of the key drivers in the reformation of St Michael's in 1974, Denny became a name synonymous with the club throughout Armagh County and beyond over the subsequent 45 years. As a manager of both senior and underage teams, a mentor, chairman, secretary, groundsman, there was no role that Denny didn't fill at some point or other over the last 45 years. On the field, he was at the helm as manager when the club broke through and won a league title in 1980 and a junior championship in 1987. His capacity as an administrator, he was instrumental in the purchase of the lands that are now home to the club's playing fields. Although the club has enjoyed much success since its reformation, it has also seen some lean and barren years. And it was during these times that Denny excelled as a constant presence whose sole motivation was the preservation and betterment of St Michael's, a unique and committed Gael whose service and devotion to his club stands head and shoulders above his peers. Denny devoted his life to his club. He will be truly missed and is irreplaceable to us all. Ganyana Gia Trokra Ara Anam. So that was the club's poignant and fitting tribute to club president Denny Hollywood, and to his sons Kieran and Finton and Damien, Paul and Dennis. I once again offer our deepest condolences. So that was a sad note to start off on. We'll go to the next point now, which is the football results from during the week, over the weekend. So there's some games played on Friday night and some on Saturday. So last week I was putting up an image of all the different scores, and it was very hard for people to read and they couldn't get. So I think it's easier sometimes for people to look at a league table and they get a chance to sort of see where they're sitting. Drummondhea absolutely flying in Division 1A at the minute. A couple of games in that there. I suppose the standout game for Gaels in Armagh was the meeting of Crossmaglen and Ballymacnab on Friday night. Now, Crossmaglen and Ballymacnab have contested the last couple of county finals, with Ballymacnab always promising to do so much and always almost overcoming Crossmaglen in county finals, with Crossmaglen invariably proven too strong in the second half of those finals and normally end up winner. So most people predicted, because this game was in Crossmaglen, that Ballymacnab would show up, they would put in a good, decent effort, and Crossmaglen would run away with it again. It finished with a remarkable scoreline of Crossmaglen 7 points and Ballymacnab 7 goals and 9 points. 4 goals and 2 points for full forward Jack Grugan in that game. A remarkable game of football and a fantastic performance by Ballymacnab. It's back to the drawing board for Crossmaglen, who play Armagh Harps this week, who also are on 0 points. And that's the dress rehearsal for the championship, which comes the week after. So that was the first game on the Friday night. On Sunday then, Pearse Oaks had a fantastic victory over Mahary. That was 110-10. That's their first win, and it gave Mahary a bit of a dunt after them beating Cross the first day. And a great win for Drummondhea at home, a single point victory, 1-8 to Armagh Harps, 10 points. So that's how Division 1A looks at the minute. And we'll go on now to Division 1B. And in Division 1B, it's Grange and St Patrick's Cullyhanna who sit atop of the table with 2 wins out of 2. So the first game on the Friday night was Clonerne and Mullaban, and Clonerne prevailed in that game 3-13 to Mullaban's 2-10. St Peter's and Grange played out an absolute dinger of a match. It finished St Peter's not 16 and Grange 18 points. Ethan Rafferty kicking 5 points from midfield for the Grange in that game. And then Cullyhanna on Sunday morning defeated Annickmore in Cullyhanna, goal and 11 to 9 points. So another great win for Cullyhanna. A couple of games called off in that Division 1AB, notably Silverbridge's game with Madden was called off and will now be replayed. So in Division 2A, another great win for Whitecross sees them sit atop 2A. The results were as follows: Tiernanog 0-11, Tullysarn 3-10. Great result for Tullysarn. Cullaville 0-8, Sarsfields 3-17. So not a great start to the season for Cullaville, whose game was abandoned the first day out. St Paul's 1-11, Whitecross 1-15. Great win away from home for Mark Shields inspired Whitecross. And Clanagale and Shane O'Neill's was abandoned. Reading the sideline eye last night, there seemed to be a bit of a schmozzle or a bit of pushing and pulling in that game, and the referee pulled the pin on it. And that game, now I don't know whether that'll be replayed, but you'll just see Clanagale and Shane O'Neill's abandoned. So we'll go to 2B then, and it's Katie and Clonmore who are setting the early pace there. The results were as follows: Middletown 12 points, Clonmore 110, a 1 point win for Clonmore. Carcruppen 216, Portmore 2-8. So great win for Carcruppen there, who had drawn the first day out. Collegeland 0-10, Wolf Tones 12 points. Good win away for Wolf Tones. And Katie 2-14, Ballyhagan 2-8. So good game there, and Katie showing early promise. Clonmore as well, I suppose with Brenton Donaghy playing with them at the minute, will be happy with their start to it. And so we go to the junior championship. We'll knock on there to the junior, the next one. That's us there. And in the junior championship, there were only 3 games, so there's only 6 teams in action this week. O'Hanlon's put up a good fight with Derrynoose, but Derrynoose prevailed in the end, 115 to 110. Cross Seconds bounced back after an opening day defeat to Forkhill. They bounced back with 216 to 0-9 victory over Crenshaw. And Erog got off to a cracking start in that game and ended up running away with a scoreline of 112 to Mullerbrack's 0-2. So you see at the top of the junior league, Erog and Derrynoose are on. There's a game missing there. Ballick and Forkhill have played out a draw there, and that's not in the scoreline. I apologise for that. But Erog and Derrynoose on 4, Ballick, Forkhill next on 3, Cross and Dorsey, Crenshaw on 2, and then O'Hanlon's, Clady, the Summon, Newtown, Killeavy, and Mullerbrack yet to pick up a point. The Newtown and Clady game that was fixed for last Friday, Newtown's gone through a tough time of it with bereavements. The game on Friday was called off due to the funeral of John Hopkins on Saturday, and was refixed for Monday, for tonight, and then had to be called off again for the sad passing of Denny Hollywood. So that game's going to be played tomorrow night, Tuesday night, at 7:30 in St Michael's. So that'll be Newtown and Clady. One of them will get off the mark tomorrow night and see themselves catapult up the division a wee bit. So that's what it looks like after round 2 of the Armagh football leagues. And great in the second week to see sensible crowds at the games. And certainly the games that I attended were well stewarded, and every care was taken to the safety and well-being of the spectators. and patrons who were all attending. And I would strongly advise all clubs who are hosting matches, in order to see our games prevail, take all precautions, do everything you can to make sure that everybody feels safe, that there's adequate social distancing, that there's hand wash. If you want people to wear face masks, tell them that in advance. I know I was at the Crossmaglen and Ballymacnab game on Friday night, and many of the Crossmaglen stewards wore face masks and gloves on their hands, and it was fantastic to see. It's so proactive. So that's the way forward. And then that's the GAA. Out from that, it's the same. Everyone will have seen the new regulations with people traveling home from Spain having to self-isolate for 14 days now. And I strongly urge people, just stay at home. Like, I don't mean stay in your house. I mean, don't think about traveling in an airplane unnecessarily, unless you have to for work, or just leave it for a while yet, because the fear of this second wave is still present, and you can see games being called off and football clubs having to shut down. Clevey didn't get playing this weekend. Forkhill didn't get playing this weekend because of concerns around COVID-19. And obviously, the most important thing is the health and well-being of all patrons and all players and mentors and club officials and club members, and that's what's paramount. That's what it's all about. So if we want our Gaelic games to continue, stay safe on the pitch, stay safe off the pitch. If you're going to a bar or a restaurant or a shop, maintain your social distance. It's not over. It hasn't gone away. And we don't want to be in a month's time having to close down again just when children are going back to school, because we were all a wee bit reckless and careless during the lockdown. So my plea to people for the week ahead is just maintain a wee bit of distance and maintain a wee bit of decorum, and enjoy yourself. Do everything you can to stay healthy and stay safe. If that means staying out of bars and staying out of restaurants that you don't really need to be going to, or that, well, maybe that's the way to go for the next couple of weeks, till we try and make sure that this COVID-19 doesn't get back in on all the clubs again. So look, from me, Barrow Murray, that's 14 minutes of my 15-minute allocated time. Stay safe, stay well, stay happy. Look out for your neighbours, look out for each other, and I'll see you this time next week. Slam.